Music legend Chicco Twala is out on 2,000 rand bail after his arrest for allegedly pulling out a gun and aiming it at the head of a city power contractor at close range. It's reported that the employee was outside Twala's Johannesburg studio recordings, and this is where they were trying to repair a faulty electrical matter which caused a power outage. Mr. Twala joins us now for his clarity as to what happened on the day. Mr. Twala, thank you very much for your time. Let me give you the benefit of giving us your side of the story. What is your version of what took place outside your house? Mr. Twala, are you able to hear us? All right, looks like
Good.
Yes, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yes, what happened on that day, I was working in my studio, and then the electricity went off. I thought it was maybe load shedding, but my gardener alerted me that there were two men tampering with the meter box. So I thought maybe they were cable thieves because they were not wearing a city power uniform. And then also they didn't have any identification. So I screamed because I thought maybe they were cable thieves. And then I opened the gate, and then I asked my gardener to bring, there are toys that we use when we go on set to shoot films. But I didn't say it's a toy to the guys. I just said, bring the gun quickly. Then when he brings the toy, then I pointed it at the guys. I did that, yes. And then fortunately the guys didn't run away. They actually stood up and said, look, we're from City Power. I think we switched the wrong button. We're fixing the house next door. There's an electrical problem. Because sometimes you see the boxes, maybe they've got two houses at the same time. So I think they switched the wrong one, which was mine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their boss came, who was a white guy. That's the City Power contractor. He said they're working for him. And then I apologized, there and there. Obviously, they were not happy that, I came touching at them. It's a normal reaction for if you see people, trespassing in your property, maybe tampering, it's a normal reaction that anyone could take.
Well, you will know then that this matter is now under police investigation. Have the police visited you, and have they asked for you to produce the very toy gun that you say you used to scare them away?
Fortunately, Cody, at the time when the police came with the guy from City Power, I had the gun right in front of me, that toy gun. It was sitting in front of me in my studio while I was working. So when they came in, I was able to produce it immediately to them. In fact, I gave them the other one. I had two, and they also asked if they could have my licensed firearm, which was not with me at the time. My licensed firearm stays it's in a safe in my property at home. Remember, it was my studio where they came, where the incident happened, not my house.
All right, and so you are quite.
So the police took me to my house. I came with the police to my house to take my licensed firearm because they wanted to make sure that it's not my licensed firearm that I used to point at the guys.
All right, and you're quite certain that the police were satisfied that this was indeed a toy gun?
No, definitely. And even the guy actually mentioned that the gun that I use is black. So the toy gun is black, and my licensed firearm is silver.
How do you respond to people who are saying that even if, to your irritation, you thought that these were cable thieves, for you to go there brandishing a gun, you have just said that it is normal, but in a violent society like South Africa, the police are struggling to get guns off the street as it is. Was that a responsible thing, you thought?
I think it's a responsibility of any property owner to protect themselves in their yard. If there are intruders in your yard, obviously you can't just you must protect your family. You must protect your belongings. So I don't think any normal person can just stand and, watch criminals, stealing what they want to do. I don't think it's normal. It's a normal reaction. Everyone will do that. People will just talk as if they won't react, but it's normal for me to do that. I won't say if it happens again where someone comes into my yard to try and rob me, I will protect myself. I will definitely protect myself, defend myself.
Do you feel the need to issue an apology to those city power contractors?
No, I did, actually. To be honest with you, I did. And then it's just that the white man that accompanied them is the one who persuaded them to lay charges against me. And I didn't have a problem with it because I knew that it was a toy gun. And I was really... the area where we were, my studio is, there are problems with cable theft and all that. So, neighbors are really, we get cut off all the time. So we're very actually vigilant when it comes to cable theft.
So another issue, though, that has been reported is your comments where you allegedly said that your arrest proves that you are not bigger than the law, and this in relation to the Senzo Meyiwa case. Can you clarify that for us, please?
Tony, it really pains me that, people think that I'm hiding something on the Meyiwa. Can you hear me?
I can hear you still. Yes, I can.
Yeah. It really pains me that people they're tarnishing my name on a matter that does not involve me. I was not part of the 8 suspects, including my son, when Meyiwa was murdered. I was sleeping at the time when I received a call from Zoli, and then I actually went to assist KD because she said, please come, Senzo has been shot. That's all what I did. But now people, especially in social media, haters, angry people, they attack me. They think that I was part of it. I even listened to the advocate, Advocate Tefo, whom have sent me messages and on text. If you can see the messages that this guy, and in fact, at first when this guy sent me text, I thought it's not a normal guy who's talking.
Mr. Twala, are you still there? All right, looks like...
The text that he sent me don't make sense.
Well, I lost you there for a moment. You are telling us that Advocate Malisela Tefo, the person who is defending one of the accused, in fact 4 of the accused in the case, you're saying that he's been sending you text messages. What is the content of those text messages?
The content doesn't make sense to me. He said to me he was representing the Meyiwa family on the Senzo case, and he wants me to make a statement. And I told him, sir, I was not part of the 8 people. I think the people who knows the truth, it's my son, Kelly Kumalo, and the rest of the guys who were there. Because those people, Kelly, my son, and they have conscience. And then, they cannot actually, someone cannot be shot in their presence, and they're all silent about it. They know who killed Senzo. My son knows, Kelly knows, everybody knows. Not all the people in the social media, including Mr. Tefo. The 8 people knows who shot Senzo. I must be excluded, Cody. I was not there. I'm not part of it. And I'm not going to protect my son, Cody. I've said it before. If my son is the murderer, trust me, I'll come out there in support of all the people who actually want the perpetrators to go to jail. I will never protect him, Cody. I don't care how I love him. I love my son, yes, but if he's part of the people who murdered Senzo, definitely. Even if there's a death sentence, I will support it.
Oh, those are very straightforward comments from you as a parent. But let me ask you this question, Mr. Twala. If it is found for the duration of this trial that the people who were in that house, as you say, Longwe Twala, your son, Kelly Kumalo, and the other people who were there, you're saying that they know who killed Senzo. Would you find it strange that they are not called as either witnesses, either for the state, or they are called by the defense. Would you find that strange?
It would definitely be strange if they don't call them. They have to call them because they're the ones who know who shot Senzo. There's no other person who can tell South Africans the truth besides them.
And Kelly Khumalo, when she called you on that day of the 26th of October, what did she say to you? Do you still remember her words?
She was traumatized. She said to me, Senzo was shot. He's shot. Someone shot Senzo. She was very traumatized, and I was shocked, you know. And I jumped out of my bed. I drove straight. I even called Dr. Ivan Koza on my way to Fosloras, where Kelly stayed. I didn't even know her house, but I actually didn't go to her house because they said they had left, they had taken Senzo to hospital. So I actually met them at the hospital.
And you never had the chance to ask Kelly Khumalo who shot Senzo when she said to you, Senzo has been shot?
Everyone was traumatized, including Senzo's best friend who came on the same day. Senzo went to pick up his friend. Remember, when Senzo passed on, he went to pick up his friend, I don't know, in Park Station or whatever, from Durban. So this man was present when Senzo was shot. Hence I'm saying that, why would your best friend not divulge who killed Senzo? I mean, that guy is Senzo's best friend.
Oh, that connection to Mr. Twala. Mr. Twala, are you still there?
And my son was meeting that guy for the first time on that. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, please continue. You're breaking up a little bit.
I'm sorry, someone is interrupting here.
No
I think
worries.
someone was trying to call. Yeah, people are. What I'm saying is that Senzo's friend, I believe that he can. I don't know that guy. I've never met him. I've never even seen him once. I've never called him or what. I don't know him. He must tell the truth. He was there. He was there when Senzo was killed. And if that guy can say it's my son, the police must immediately arrest my son. Send him to life sentence, whatever they want to do. I won't protect him. I won't even bail him, totally. I'm telling you right now. I won't even bail him.
Final question. Final question to you, sir. Can I ask you this question?
Yes, my brother.
Since the events of that day, have you ever tried to speak to Kelly Khumalo and revisit that night when she called you? Basically ask her, when you called me to say Senzo was shot, who killed him? Did you see the people that killed him? Were there intruders indeed? Or was there a mistake among yourselves? Because that seems to be the story from the Meyiwa side, at least from one family member of the Meyiwas.
Totally, I actually don't believe anything that the Meyiwas or social media.
Mr. Twala, are you still there? Oh, all right. Well, that's where we are going to have to leave that then. Such a crucial question I wanted to get through. Okay, Mr. Twala, I'm told that I have you back. Apologies, you broke up once again. Very quickly before we lose you again. Just try and answer that question for me.
Goli, what I wanted to say that I believe that, you know, if the police can interrogate all the people that were present, Kelly, my son, and everybody, and ask them, they'll get the truth. I don't want to actually say that they're responsible or not. I think that is the police job for them to find out.
Chicco Twala, thank you very much for